Why should you get a $35 clock when you can just get something similar but under $10? Well, find out. First, let's get into the specs. The Qiyi clock costs $30 and the Lingao $10. So both of them weigh about 125 grams. However, the Qiyi clock is magnetic and the Lingao clock is not. So both of them have a diameter of about 10.5 cm. The Qiyi clock, however, is the exact extreme opposite. It's very smooth and fast. Every turn can get you about half a clock. It's just ridiculous how smooth and fast it is. Also, the pins are very smooth as well. They click down and up and you never need to push them up. They never will fall down themselves. So now let's talk about the good and bad of the Lingao. So firstly, the good thing is of course the price, and it's not focusing. Okay, I have to record this again. So the good thing of the Lingao clock is of course it's extremely cheap. It's just $10. So if you're a clock beginner or you just want to get the clock for fun, then you get the Lingao one. But to be frank, its performance is really not nice. It's really easy to DNF a slopes if you forget to push up the pin, because the pin will just fall off itself. Turning is very tedious and it just hurts a lot sometimes because it's really hard to turn and you really have to scratch your fingers on these wheels. Also, the wheels are not smoothed out. There's hard, you can see right here, it just hurts your fingers. The worst thing about this clock is the pins lock up a lot. Like if you just slightly misalign the clock, the pins cannot move, like they cannot move at all, it's just stuck. So I guess that's what you call corner cutting on a clock. So if that's what you call corner cutting on a clock, then corner cutting is extremely bad on this one. You basically can't corner cut even a little bit. If you just slightly misalign, you just cannot move. Again, the Qiyi clock is the opposite. It's extremely expensive, but the performance is really nice. Firstly, it won't tire out because the wheels are smoothed out right here, and it's very fast. So if you just slightly turn it a little bit, it already turned the turn. It turned the clock hand right here. So you don't need much force. Also, you don't need to push up the pins. The pins just stay up themselves because they're magnetic, obviously. Also, it is pretty hard to overshoot or undershoot because there's literally 200 magnets in this thing, and every single clock number, but there's no numbers here obviously, but every clock number just turn, it just sticks there because there's literally 18 magnets holding it in place. So it is pretty hard to overshoot right here. So if you're a clock pro or something, you can definitely disassemble these clocks and take a look at the insides, but I don't even know how to assemble it, so I'm not going to do that. Just a little extra information: when I'm using the Lingao, I average about 25 seconds, and when I'm using the Qiyi clock, I average about 13, so that's a huge difference right there. Should you get the Qiyi clock, I would say you shouldn't get the Lingao clock, or put it another way like that, because it's just horrific. Like, that's probably why people didn't practice clock. It's horrific, look at that. So if you don't know how to solve a clock and you just want to buy one for fun, then just get the Shengshao one. It's pretty cheap as well, but it's magnetic and it's not the best one. I don't have it though, but I think it's pretty good. The Qiyi clock, if you know how to solve a clock, then you should definitely get the Qiyi one, because it's amazing. If I really need to pick something to complain about this, then I think the turning is a little bit not consistent. Like if you push up one pin, it turns extremely fast, like literally more than one turn. Like that's 1.5 turn. 2 pins, a bit slower right there, about half a turn, more than half a turn. If you push up all pins, then it could barely do half a turn. So turning is really not consistent on this clock, so you have to be careful of that. If you just push up one pin, then you have to turn it lighter, or else you just overshoot. So for a Qiyi clock, I really need to develop this lighter turning style because I'm so used to a Lingao clock and I'm so used to roughly turn it and hardly turn it. So I just always overshoot on this clock, which should not happen to you. So that's the end of this comparison. I didn't go in depth on both of these clocks actually, so If you have any questions, just ask me in the comment section below, and I'll answer them as quick as possible. Definitely leave a sub because this video will take a long time to edit, trust me. And goodbye, I guess.